Good morning, everybody. It's Cowboy, 8:30 a.m. EST. We're here with Algo Factory Tech, and we're going to jump right into the charts. The big look right now is Bitcoin. We did just get some news out, though, so we do have the charts being affected on a lower time frame. So we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and probably jump over to maybe the indices and a little bit of Forex if we got time for it. But see, Bitcoin is kind of the news right now, right? What you're seeing on the screen is the weekly chart, right? This is going back to the beginning of the year. So Bitcoin had its all-time high prior to the halving, and that's a record. It's never happened. And so that can mean a lot of things. It could mean that Bitcoin is extraordinarily bullish. It could mean that the buyers kind of all shot their wad early, and we're not going to get the major high that we think we do. It could mean it could really mean anything. And it's not predictable because we've only had 4 halvings ever. We don't know how it's going to behave. We've had all the institutional money start coming in this year, and we think that's why there was a supply crunch to push price up this high. But there are theories that say that money could be what holds things down a little bit. So to keep it really, really simple without getting far into everything, let's remember that the all-time high usually does not happen until sometime between December and May, right? 2021 was unique because that all-time high was, I think it happened in May, and then over the summertime, there was another high, I think in August, and it was slightly higher. And we can maybe attribute that to people at home during pandemic trading and spending their stimmy checks. Really hard to know for sure. Lots of money flowed into the economy at that point. But we do have some simple levels to look at. I've mapped this out before. So to keep it really simple, I'm going to be a little more bullish, right? Once price breaks 70,100, and let's get a little more precise here. So these highs right here are what I'm looking at. So about 70,100, 70,120 or so. If price can stay above that for the better part of a week, stay above it, break above it with conviction, then I'll start to get a little more bullish. I'm slightly bullish now because price is up above this high right here, but I'm not really that bullish. I know everybody's bullish, and there are other reasons why I might be just a tad bullish rather than flat. If price were below this 66,000 number, or if price were below that, I might be a little closer to flat at this point. But price is actually in a bit of an uptrend on a lower time frame. It's making right now a higher high. So even if it pulls back and makes a higher low, price is still in an uptrend. Well, we haven't seen that happen yet, so we're not going to talk too much about it. But the main way for me to look at it is price being above 70,100 or so for a week has me slightly bullish. Price being above 72,000, even a little tiny bit more bullish. But price being above 74,000, or really 7380, 800, that is the all-time high. Breaking above that and staying above, like I said, for the better part of a week with conviction, that's going to have me saying, okay, maybe things are bullish now. It might be time to start to reapproach, some new highs. Obviously, if you break the all-time high, you've hit new highs, but you know what I'm saying? It might be like, okay, it's going to go ahead and move on past this major consolidation. And this consolidation looks very much like a bull flag. Not quite. There's some aspects to it that we can get into in a technical course that are a little, we'll call it a megaphone, but it might behave similarly, right? This big yank down here, this big low was part of a market panic, and it was across all the markets due to the Japanese yen doing some stuff. So, but you can see that this candle is green, and that's just all that is that a very high time MACD, which is a very simple indicator, very popular, commonly used, is starting to flip over, right? So that's a bullish feature, but there are 3 days yet left in this candle, and until this candle closes on Sunday, then I'm not going to be really jumping up and down and acting very excited. In fact, I rarely ever do act excited about anything as such. It's just money. All right, good. So let's move on to, let's zoom in really quick. We'll take a closer look at the corn. Let's see. We'll look on the daily chart. We'll go all the way down to the swing trades. So as it stands, the daily chart is at some resistance, right? And so the swing trades are going to kind of rotate back and forth, right? On this time frame, price is going to rotate back and forth. And you have a new support that has been created right here, where price came up, pivoted down at that 66,000 level. And now price is reapproaching that level right now, right here. And if price can manage to bounce right there, that's going to be a decent indication that it's going to want to go up. It doesn't mean it will, but it's a decent indication that, okay, maybe it's time to grab a long, and that might be a good long to take. So it's just, I'll be watching that. In fact, price created double support there, if you will, if you can call it such a thing, because it also pivoted there. So two different pivots at that price, and then a nice breakthrough. And that's rather bullish, if you ask me. And by the way, price had a nice move up, got crushed down when the equities markets got crushed down. My understanding is it had to do with the Middle East wars and such things. And then it popped right back up while the equities continued to stay low. So that's a really good sign that Bitcoin would have a chance at continuing to move up. Okay. So speaking of the equities indexes, let's look at the SP 500. We're going to look at the futures version of that. And that actually is rebounding as well. So whatever happened to pull markets down the other day, I think that was Tuesday, that went ahead and got some liquidity here at a prior consolidation and now has been pushed back up. And I did say at the time that it looked to me like the plunge protection team came in to keep price from going too low. Because remember, we are in an election year and they do have a certain modicum of control over these markets. This is where all of the 401k money goes in. This is where everybody's paychecks just continue to get deposited into these markets right here. So it looks as if price was able to rebound off of that, reapproach the all-time highs, and almost hit them. So the all-time high for the equities markets for the SP 500, etc., was Monday, the 14th of October. The NASDAQ is lagging behind because it was leading for so long. And now it decided to take a break from being so incredibly bullish. But the high time frame, these are all very bullish. So if I wanted to figure out where these were going to go next, I probably would treat this move up as one big impulse because that's what it'll be in a higher time frame. And then I'll attach a fib to that. Now, I did say, and I keep saying 6,000 SP 500. People were a little in disbelief when I said we'll probably see 6,000 this year when I said it earlier this year. And here we are at 59.20. I mean, 6,000 is just a day or two away if prices remain, if the markets remain as bullish as they are. But short-term targets on an all-time high breakout would be basically at 59.40 and 59.80. Those are good targets. And 59.80 being below that nice round number of 6,000. Not that the equities markets really care about such things, but if I were to take a trade, like if I were doing futures and using leverage, etc., I would definitely want to take target before that beautiful round number. And speaking of beautiful round things, via the Guerilla, how are you, sir?
Hey man, I am beautiful and I am round.
Yeah, round is a shape. Actually, you're more of a bodybuilder type. I don't know that I would call you round.
I don't know what I am. I think I have a very feminine figure.
All right. So yeah, I was just looking at we're looking at the plunge action team holding up equities markets here. I mean, look at that.
Why are you laughing?
Because it's funny. Because I was thinking of this joke. Man. Yeah, there was a joke I heard yesterday, and it's making me laugh. That's why I'm laughing.
Oh. All right. So back to discussing the equities market. What's going on with equities?
Just plunge protection team. You had that pull down on Tuesday, and Bitcoin got pulled down with it, but Bitcoin instantaneously popped right back up, showing a lot of bullishness. The equities markets actually wanted to head down, but the plunge protection team doing their pre-election, emergency injection. Wow, that was like poetic, dude. Pre-election emergency injection. How do you like that?
Emergency.
Pre-election emergency injection.
Yes, I like that. Emergency injections are amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh, they love those, especially over Genslers. But you have it right here. little forced double bottom. I'm saying forced because it looks forced to me, but whatever. I don't talk to them. I don't know what they're doing. Right at about 58.50. Now you got the SP 500 futures going to 59.19, and 59.80 would be a great target to take profit on a breakout trade right here. It's a beautiful trade. I mean, this is just like, if you get a good breakout right here, maybe even a pullback, like the way I would trade this, right? And this is going to be reflected in probably the Dow. Dow's a little bit more bullish these days than the SP 500, but it seems to be catching up. But if you get a breakout here, ideally there's a pullback. And then the safest way for me to trade this would be to enter, like, even if the breakout is tiny, whatever that is, I would go ahead and draw a line at the top of that breakout like this. And this is like the super safe way. Nothing is totally safe. I could still lose this trade. Anything can happen. But buying the breakout of that would be kind of the safer way for me to do it. Use this bottom here as my support, and then have myself a nice target there at 59.80. And then I would take some profit off at about 59.40. That's a beautiful trade right there. Could even have a little tighter of a stop. You just gotta, you gotta do your stops how you do your stops. But
completely racist.
That's all. You know what? Trading is completely racist. It's racist stuff. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Trading makes everything racist.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we got a comment here. Oh, Lisa Gray. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Lisa. Lisa has been with us on these shows for a long time now. But we are now at the end of the public live lab. So via the Guerilla, can you get us over to the private?
Yes, follow us into the private lab, guys, for less than the price of a bottle of water. That's $1.66 per day. You can get yourselves the in and out of how to trade algorithmically, and really learn something that'll make a difference in your bottom end at the end of the month. So join us or die. Join us or die. Terrible.
Join us